Hi guys, it's me Lauren Gill and welcome back to the channel. Sorry if you hear a little bit of an echo. I am filming in my cat's room because this is like the most, I don't know, this is just where I decided to sit down. If you haven't already, go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow. Ignore the mark on the wall. I don't know what it is. I haven't had a chance to like clean this room yet. So there's cat toys everywhere. But if you hear an echo, it's because there's literally nothing in here but some food bowls and cat toys. I did want to get chit-chatting with you guys over new makeup releases, or beauty releases, I should say. So if you're into those kind of videos, definitely stay around. I love this part of the month. I love looking at new stuff. However, I am filming this on like the 20th. So there is still 21 days, not 21 days, math. There's still like 11 days of new releases that could come out that won't be featured in this video, but nonetheless, let's dive in. We either rave about products or we roast products, and hopefully, I think this month I'm more interested in what's coming out, but let's just dive in. So I was going over to the side. I'm gonna put pictures up here for reference, and I'm looking down because I'm gonna be looking on my tablet. But the first thing we've got going on is from Valentino. So they're doing an extension of the Donna Born in Roma line. It's the extra dose, and it's an intense aroma that invokes memories of an unforgettable evening in Italy's capital, enhanced by a top note of cassis accord for sensuality. Below, a highly concentrated rum accord, creating a powerful femininity, while a sweet yet intense dose of vanilla serves as a magnetic base note. So there's a female version, and then the Born in Roma Extra Dose Umo, which is the men's version, which that one is concentrated forms with spices that underline the seductive character of the fragrance with a bold dose of confidence. So it's like a masculine version of the fragrance. I'm intrigued by this. I love Donna Born in Roma Intense already. It's one of my favorite fragrances all year long. So anything with any kind of like alcohol in it, I'm usually into. And I think the way that this is layered, so you get like the cassis on top and then it mellows out into the rum and then the vanilla, I think is the way it will, I want to say disintegrate, but that's not the right word. But the way that it will basically fade on the skin, it's going to fade down into this very like toasty, warm smell. And I'm here for it. I'm wondering if this would be one that's better in the like fall and winter and not all year long. But chances are, when I'm in the mood to buy a new fragrance, this could be one that I pick up. So for right now, I'm raving about this one right now. Here we go already, straight out the gate. This was posted on January 1st as well. Polly Pocket and Beauty Creations. So I've mentioned a handful of times Beauty Creations in 2024. I actually picked up a couple things from their Corpse Bride collection. I bought their mirror and then a like hair dust situation, but it came in a little case and it was all very inexpensive. Everything here is also inexpensive from the Polly Pocket collection. Here comes the fun bundle. Is 24, and then the whole PR box is 44 bucks. And it looks like there's also like a little purse clutch thing. This is a really cute collection. I was never the biggest fan of Polly Pocket. I had them growing up, but this is giving very much like 80s or 90s Polly Pocket, and I'm kind of here for it. It's cute, and I think it's so inexpensive, so if you want kind of collector's memorabilia from a brand, this isn't that bad. It's not that bad, you know? It's cute, but I don't need it personally, but I respect it, at least. Moving on. One thing that I'm really excited about that's like kind of like I don't need it, but if I like work through some stuff in my collection, I'm definitely tempted to get this, or if this was like a gift for me. And there's a specific reason. So this is from Tower 28. It's their hydrating tinted lip treatment, but it's in red bean mochi. I really like this. When I worked at Sephora, because I don't work there anymore, there's one which is it was like dulce de leche flavored. It's like the sheer brown nudie one. I really like that one, and I was gonna get it, but I told myself I don't need it right now because I want to work through some stuff. So that's one that I definitely want to get because it tastes just like Dulce de Leche, and I'm here for it. And I love the sheer like brown nude on the lip, and it's a really hydrating formula. I mean, this is very comparable to like Laneige and Summer Fridays and all of that. However, for it to be like one of those super trendy flavored tinted balms, their formula actually felt hydrating on my lip, whereas the Laneige and the Summer Fridays dry my lips out. I'm really into this. These are also under the $20 price point, and I'm here for that. But this is a Red Bean Mochi and Sheer Rosy Nude. I'm here for it. And then also, another reason I want to get it and see what my husband thinks, because okay, so there's this, if you go to Syracuse, which we live like an hour or so, a little over an hour away from Syracuse, there is this random buffet that we found. It's nothing special. It's just a Chinese buffet, but they had like red bean dumplings. So a little bit different, but still like the red bean flavor and like texture and stuff like that. Loved them. He's obsessed with them. It's like it's his favorite thing about living in New York. Is this random little buffet. So I'm definitely into that, and I can see myself picking it up if it's on sale or during a Sephora sale or something like that. Because I don't want to pay $16 for lip balm. I just don't. Something else that I'm kind of intrigued by, but I'm a little confused about. This is from Maybelline, right? Yeah, Maybelline. And I know I don't typically buy non-cruelty free makeup. I do try to stick to cruelty free makeup. However, there's a couple things here and there that I do tend to pick up. This is their new lifter stick. So it's a multi-use face stick, and it says for an easily blendable natural sculpted look, lift every angle effortlessly in a creamy swipe that covers, contours, and highlights. Formula with cranberry seed oil, just swipe, blend, and get sculpted. There's 18 shades, and they're going to be $12.99. Here's my issue with it. So for this to be like a highlight and contour and like a multi-stick, I have a problem with the shade range. Now, I will say for drugstore, 18 shades isn't terrible for something like this. Usually because it's a multi-stick, it is implied that you could use it for coverage on the face, which at that point makes me believe it should have had a few more shade ranges or more variation between the tones. Because for fair people, there's like 3 shades. And then for anyone that is like anything deeper than a medium skin tone, there are 4 shades. And then the other like 10 shades are all like tan and medium complexions. But there's like 4 or 5 of them between 35 to 55 that kind of just look the same to me as far as looking at the initial picture. I'm wondering if they're going to look different in swatch or just reference, you know. So the ideal is cool, but I think that if the object is for these to also highlight and contour, so they create the highlight and the definition on the face, then why is the shade range kind of poo-poo? Yeah, so poo-poo doo-doo, no thank you. Another non-cruelty-free brand, but I'm really into these, and I didn't think I would be, but I am for some reason. So MAC, which I've never been interested in anything from MAC, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do think their lipsticks and stuff are overrated. However, they have the nude collection. And I think the big thing about this is that they brought back some like OG MAC shades that people have been begging for years. So like Flesh Pot, I know, is a really popular one that people wanted back. Stone, maybe. There's a couple other ones in here. However, Folio is another one that a lot of people were into. So there's some really neutral things in here. There's also Silky Matte lipsticks. There's a Sheer Shine lipstick. There's clean or sleek satin lipsticks, and then Kiss liquid lip colors, and then lip pencils. So there's new shades. There's new formulas. There's old formulas, but OG shades. There's a couple shades that I'm into, so I'll put pictures of the actual like swatches on the lips for you guys. I'm really interested in Cool Teddy. So Cool Teddy, and it's paired with this lip liner in Soar. But yeah, I'm really interested in this. Like I said, I'm not really into MAC, but I'm into a couple of shades here, specifically from the Sheer Shine lipsticks and the Silky Matte lipsticks. They are $27 and $25, and then the lip liners are $25. So I don't know if I'm gonna like get these anytime soon, but if I could catch those shades on sale, then I might pick them up. So another complexion product. This is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is their impeccably blurring second skin matte foundation. It's medium to full coverage, long wearing with that blurs pores, fine lines, and wrinkles for up to 12 hours. However, it does have a hydrating proponent to it, but a velvety matte foundation precision blurring technology that contains hyaluronic acid. So this is going to be retail for $46, but the problem is there's only 25 shades. In 2025, there should be no reason that a foundation is not 45 plus shades. The push for inclusivity that has happened over such a long period of time, it's just crazy to me that brands are still pulling this stunt, you know? Like, it should be a no-brainer, you know? And the thing is that the ideal of this foundation, I'm so happy that there's this technology out there now that matte foundations aren't just cakey, crepey, and dry anymore. That there's new technology out there and innovation that allows for matte foundations to still help oil control, reduce shine and stuff. However, there is still like hydrating proponents to it, because a lot of misconceptions about oily skin is that you need to just hide all the oils. However, most of the time, the reason your skin is oily is because it's overcompensating. So it's really interesting that like the ideal behind the foundation is so cool, but there's only 25 shades. That's crazy. You can give us the most pretty bottle, the most cool technology, but if there's only 25 shades, how are people supposed to try it? Yeah, it's gonna be a pass for me, simply because you're stupid for not coming out with a better shade range. Okay, another brand that this same kind of topic, the shade range is kind of like it's confusing, but this is a different kind of product. So this is from Lisa Eldridge. I've never really been into the brand, never really like was interested. But she decided to come out with the micro correcting pencil. So it's like a concealer pencil essentially. 16 shades, $34. A creamy gel formula that glides on effortlessly and blends seamlessly to the skin with a soft focus matte and skin-like finish. A twist-up mechanism pencil that is waterproof, long wear, and vegan and cruelty-free. So again, if this is for complexion, why is there not more shades? However, with this kind of product, you can kind of get away with it because the ideal is that you're supposed to pinpoint conceal with it, so you can kind of hide, I guess, a little bit more of the mismatch in shade range. But also, she kind of, I'm gonna put a picture up of like the woman that owns the brand, Lisa Eldridge, and she just gives clean girl makeup, which is very like minimal, very light on the face. So this makes sense for that aesthetic, but if you want full coverage, full beat, I don't know how practical this is for that routine. But I'm intrigued by it because don't get me wrong, I love my makeup, I love my foundation and stuff like that, but honestly, I have just come to the realization that I really do enjoy just a light, like, makeup. Don't get me wrong, like, I love my dramatic eyes and I'll always do a dramatic eye look, that's just who I am. But I do love a little less coverage on the face. So this idea of, like, this pinpoint concealer aspect is really interesting. The product interesting, however, you can also just pinpoint conceal with your concealer that you use under your eyes or on your face for coverage. So I don't know, like, do you really need a pencil that conceals if you have concealer? You can even do it with foundation, honestly. So that's where it's like, it's interesting, but like, it's not really innovative when you think about it. It's just another product that does the same thing that 15,000 other things can do. Shark is coming out with a Terminator AI face hugger looking thing. So it's the Cryo Glow Under Eye Cooling and LED Anti-Aging and Blemish Repair Mask. It says it's a med spa inspired mask that combines high energy tri-wick LEDs, deep penetrating infrared, and under eye cooling. So the under eye cooling is a 5 to 15 minute treatment, and it helps firm, tighten, soothe, and depuff the under eye with Insta-Chill cold technology. Can be used alone or in combination with an LED routine. And then better aging mode is 6 minutes with red LEDs and infrared combined. Helps reducing the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles over time and more radiant luminous skin. Blemish repair mode is an 8-minute treatment, and it has an automated 3-phase routine combining blue LEDs, infrared, finishing with red LED. And then the skin sustain mode is a 4-minute treatment. Blue and red LEDs and infrared combined, designed to boost brightness and maintain results. Don't get me wrong, I want to try like light therapy for my skin, but I think I would start with like a baby product and not a full mask. Because this also, I don't know, this just, I feel like it would mess with my claustrophobia. Because I even get kind of claustrophobic when I wear a sheet mask. Which is why I don't do them that often. So this just screams it's gonna take over my body. So as cool as those treatments sound, I'm intrigued by it. I think this year I do want to invest in some kind of light treatment therapy for my skin just to start using it. For me, this specific product isn't for me, but the ideal behind the infrared and all these treatments is really intriguing. So I do want to do some more research on this specific thing and just see what people have to say. One thing that I'm really excited about, it's a collaboration. So ColourPop is collaborating with Twilight again, and specifically with the movie New Moon, which is the second installment in the Twilight series, which was my favorite Twilight movie because I was a Team Jacob girl. But I will tell you, I wasn't the biggest fan of Twilight, but by the time New Moon came around, I was obsessed with the franchise. I was in it. This includes an eyeshadow palette, which I did buy the eyeshadow palette. I know I said I'm on a low buy, but I did buy this and the Twilight palette. So expect like a palette bingo or something with that. I'm really into this eyeshadow palette. I'm really into it. It's very like warm tones, but the shadows fit the aesthetic of the movie very well. And they're all shades that I definitely could see myself wearing. But then, the one thing I didn't pick up that I did want to pick up, and I probably will eventually, are these multi-chrome eyeshadow crayons. There's like a red to gold, a green to bronze, and like a gold to orange. Very, very spot on with like the colors of the wolves and everything. There's a Volturi lip kit. Didn't really care about that, but the the Bella Where Have You Been Loca lip kits is like a brown nude, more of like a little bit more of a neutral cool tone. There's a lip gloss. There's a couple different single eyeshadows. One's like a red and black, the other one's like a gold and bronze. There is a glowy bronzy orangey gold oil. I was really into this collection. I think I like that this collection, everything helps create a cohesive look. I'm super excited. As soon as I get this in, I will do a palette bingo for you guys. So Killian created probably two of my favorite fragrances. Angel Share, which is like a cinnamony, warm, spicy fragrance. I love it. I have a dupe for it because I cannot afford a $300 bottle of fragrance. And then Love Don't Be Shy, which is more of like a marshmallow, sweet, powdery scent. This is called Angel Share Paradise Eau d'Extrait. Inspired by the finest aged oak barrel cognac essence. Unveils a new daring intensity with tantalizing raspberry liqueur and exquisite Bulgarian rose oil, or pur. A lavish dose of praline liqueur enriched with warm amber notes of Venezuelan Tonka bean absolute blends seamlessly to linger on the skin, leaving a captivating sensual smell. So it's a floral fruity fragrance. The top notes are going to be your raspberry liqueur, your cognac, the Bulgarian rose oil orpur, Tonka bean, oak moss absolute, and then the base is going to be the praline, the oak, and the sandalwood. The way I'm reading the notes, it's going to be like very sweet raspberry at the base or at the front of the fragrance. It's going to be what you smell at the initial spray. Very like fruity sweet, and then it's going to mellow out into more of like a florally traditional rose, but there's going to still be like a sweet musk to it with the tonka bean and the oak. And then it's going to mellow and dissipate into the base, which is going to be like a nutty, woody, musky smell. Everything about it, I want it. I will throw this tablet. I hope Dossier makes a dupe of it eventually because I love it. I don't even have to smell it and know that I would love it. This is probably my favorite fragrance house. They just have such unique smells. They're iconic. There's a reason all the celebrities wear them. And every time I wear the dupes of them, I get so many compliments. I really want to try this. So if I save up for it, I'm going to try it. Okay, Urban Decay. So, Urban Decay, they are coming out with the Face Bond Long Lasting Powder Blush Suedes. These are only $24, but the packaging is going to be really cheap because it's like a plastic component and a clear top, which is why they're priced at 24 bucks. However, it says it's a long-lasting blush with a suede soft feel, a blurred matte finish, and a waterproof, sweatproof, and fade-resistant oil and powder formula that delivers up to a 24-hour wear. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shades it looks like. Fleshed Out is a nude apricot, however you want to say it. I love a warm orangey blush. Not like deep the Sunset and Vine, which is a deep tangerine. I love a good like peachy orangey blush. I have one from Ofra, which I did do a like makeup collection tour. I filmed that and that's up, so I'll leave that link down below so you can go through and like look at my collection. But specifically, I did show my blush palette. I took all my blushes, put it in a magnetic palette, and one of my blushes is from Ofra. It's like a really peachy, bright orange. I love that blush. But I want a orangey blush that's a little bit more neutral. And I think that this Fleshed Out will be beautiful for me. That's the only shade that I'm into besides Back Talk, which is a mauve nude pink. I love the lipstick Back Talk from the brand, so I'm interested to see if the blush would be a tone that works for me. Because Back Talk in the Vice lipsticks is a beautiful shade on me. So I'm into a couple shades here, and for 24 bucks, that's not a bad price, although you are not getting quality packaging that you would expect from the brand because of that, but the price point's so much more inexpensive. So I'm into that. Another thing that's happening is waste of space in all plastic. From Touchland, they are now coming out with the Power Essence All Over Body and Hair Fragrance Mist. So they're known for hand sanitizer, right? And now they're coming out with body mists that are going to be 20 bucks. So not really expensive. I definitely think that they are going to give Sol de Janeiro a run for their money, because when I tell you all the little preteens that want those freaking hand sanitizers, well, here you go. Now there's a body mist. How many ounces do you get though? That's what I want to know. None of the pictures tell me how many ounces you get for 20 bucks. If I find how many ounces come in this, I'll put it up there because I really want to know. For 20 bucks, is it going to be like 4 ounces or something, you know? But there are a bunch of different fragrances. There's a mango, a bergamot, an amber, pistachio, cashmere, a peach, lychee, a vanilla, and a tropical one. So there's like a bunch of fruity ones, some sweet ones, a little bit of something for everyone. I will say they're cute, they're interesting. I think this is smart for the brand from like a marketing standpoint. They're colorful, so they pop in store, especially at Sephora when everything is like black and white. These definitely stand out because of the color. The price point's really inexpensive. And there's a lot of different scents. There's a couple sweet ones, some fruity ones, some like muskier ones. So I think these are gonna sell well. Another collection from ColourPop that I'm not really into. It's pretty, but I'm not into it. This is the Dark Romance, or no, a Shadow and Secret eyeshadow palette. So they're kind of playing off of like a book. Like the whole like book eyeshadow palette thing is overdone at this point. However, their inspo is like dark romance fantasy books and fairy lore, which is like really popular if you're a bookie girl. And the color store is really pretty. So there's silvers, burgundies, grays, plums. There's some lip balms, lipsticks, and a lippy pencil kit. The lipstick kits are really pretty. Like everything in this collection's very, very pretty. I just don't need anything, especially because granted, this is a very different ballpark of as far as the theme goes from like the New Moon collection and Twilight. But it's like if you put like a cohesion of a collection against each other, this versus the New Moon one. Yes, I'm a little biased because New Moon, like I'm a fan of that movie. But if you put them up against each other, it's like which collection do I prefer for like what all is included in the cohesion, and I prefer the New Moon one. However, as a small little collection, this is cute. Okay, so one of the other stars of this conversation is from Rare Beauty, which I knew this was coming, especially because they started with blush, then highlighter. The next step would be a contour. I love their bronzer sticks, so I'm very intrigued by these, but oops, I turned my tablet off. So these are the new liquid, or no, the soft pinch liquid contours. They're going to be 28 bucks. There's Gentle, which is a fair cool taupe, which will be my shade. Mellow is a light cool brown, which I'm curious to see if Mellow would be a good one. This is one I'd have to go in store and check and just see which shade I prefer. Solace, which is a medium cool taupe. Serene, a medium brown. Tranquil, medium deep cool brown. Peaceful, deep neutral brown. And Sublime, which is a deep cool brown. So really intrigued by these. Speaking of lip balms, Laneige. Laneige is coming out with a tinted lip serum. There's going to be 4 shades. Chocolate frosting, cinnamon sugar, sugar glaze, and peach glaze. Doesn't really say much, but I'm assuming these are going to be like kind of like a lip oil, because they don't have anything like that. They only have their lip mask and their lip balm, so this will definitely be their version of a lip oil. I also think they're kind of trying to market and compete with, like, what's the brand? Hailey Bieber's brand, Rhode, because they're like, they have like their lip treatment mask or whatever. So yeah, I'm sure these will be like 19 or 20 bucks. I'm curious to see what the shades are, but I know they're probably all going to have like a sheer color to them. But again, I'm not really interested in Laneige. We're back down to the ends, guys. Wow. Okay, so the last thing here, from Makeup Forever, this is their Super Boost Lightweight Moisturizing Skin Tint with hyaluronic and polyglutamic acids. It says a moisturizing and visibly plumping skin tint that sheers to medium coverage that leaves a radiant, healthy skin finish and a non-oily feel. Give your complexion an instant and long-lasting boost with this comfortable gel-like formula. It hydrates and smooths and improves skin quality. Unique push-to-dispense tube offers customizable coverage with precise control. 18 shades for $36. Okay, referencing back to ABH. So skin tints, normally brands come out with a smaller range of skin tints because skin tints are a little bit more sheer. You can get away with less shades because one shade could fit more skin tones because they're kind of like skin enhancers in my mind. And yet this skin tint has 18 shades. And a full matte foundation from ABH, there's only 25 shades. What are we doing? Come on now. Anyways, just wanted to tie that back in there. I'm intrigued by this. Not so much for the product, but the packaging. And this is one of those things that in my brain, I'm trying to be better about as far as like thinking about my low buy because yes, they claim that this can be an innovative formula, right? But sometimes what happens is we get so caught up in the ideal of like the packaging of a product that we don't pay attention to the actual product itself and if there's any innovation there, or is this going to be like anything else on the market. And the way I see this is nothing revolutionary. I think what's happening is Makeup Forever is kind of late to the game on putting out a tinted moisturizer because every other brand has one. When I tell you, when I worked at Sephora, every brand, every display had a skin tint because they are so popular, and Sephora has so much control over telling brands that are in their stores what they want them to come out with to put on their shelves, right? So I think what happened here is it's Makeup Forever's turn to put a skin tint out there because they are very popular, they're trending, they're on the up and up, right? So no, we don't need another skin tint. So maybe what's happening here, and this is how I'm trying to rationalize it, right? As far as business goes, no. Do we really need another skin tint? The answer, no. But what's going to make this skin tint stand out from all the other ones, because all the other ones are in some kind of squeezy tube. This one is going to be in like a kind of still a squeezy tube, but it's like a little like, I don't even know. But you like screw it into the bottom component here, I guess, and I don't know what the bottom portion of this component does, but the idea is that this looks different than a regular skin tint that comes in a tube. Though this still is applied the same, will look the same on the skin pretty much, because you can't do a lot with a skin tint. It's going to look different on a shelf, which means it's going to catch the eye of the consumer and it's going to sell. So in my brain, I'm making note of that, which is why I like doing these videos, because I don't need another skin tint, though I'm intrigued because of the packaging. And I want to point that out for anyone else out there that might have seen this, or if you go into Sephora or something and you see this on the shelf, keep in mind that this skin tint's going to do the same thing as all the other ones. Some skin tints wear better than others, I will say that. So maybe this one will look better on the skin, it'll apply better, it'll feel better, it'll last longer, whatever the case may be. However, at the end of the day, the skin tint's still going to be a skin tint. The packaging is what's intriguing to me personally. So, just some like perspective there. Okay guys, so if you made it to the end, I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this one. I love these videos, which I will continue to do them. But go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow. Don't forget that. Let me remind you to remind yourself so you don't forget. And I really appreciate you. So, I'm gonna hop off. And I hope you have a great day, night, whenever you're watching this, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye!